Michigan Senate race getting the most attention.
Abdul El Sayed is the progressive who has the backing of the Democratic Socialists of America. He wants to abolish ICE, cut off U.S. aid to Israel, and has made Medicare for All one of his signature issues.
Fox's Garrett Tenney in Detroit.
Republicans would love to see him win because they believe he would give the GOP nominee Mike Rogers the best shot at picking up this seat. And that's something Congresswoman Haley Stevens has hammered on throughout her campaign, that she has consistently beat Republicans and gives Democrats the best shot at keeping Michigan blue.
In Missouri, progressive Democrat Cori Bush trying to win back the seat in Congress she lost in 2024. And one of the questions on the Missouri ballot today
would eliminate state income tax over time. It'd be based on revenue coming in. You can't just pull $9 billion in annual revenue from a state and not replace it immediately.
Fox Business Network Cheryl Casoni. There are also primaries today in Kansas, Virginia, and Washington State, where there's been an arrest. An arson suspect accused of setting one of the wildfires is burning the Spokane area, forcing about 70,000 people to evacuate.
He was found to be in possession of some waterproof matches and a butane lighter.
Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles, more than 700 homes and structures have burned. Iran keeps insisting it's not holding talks with the U.S. after being warned.
I want to give them every last chance before decapitation.
President Trump says negotiations are focused on reopening the Strait of Hormuz, then on Iran's denuclearization.
Fox's Aisha Hasni also reports from the White House.
Just a few hours ago, one person was reported missing after an unknown projectile hit a Liberia-flagged ship in the Strait. There was a fire reported on board. It is the fourth attack since Friday.
America's listening to Fox News.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Democrats are again taking President Trump to court. More than 25 states have filed suit to block his latest round of tariffs targeting 60 countries. They allege the president is exceeding his authority, like the Supreme Court had ruled when even bigger tariffs were invalidated. Another lawsuit attempts to thwart a way the Trump administration might crack down on illegal immigration.
The 20 states, along with the District of Columbia, sued to keep the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families program from gaining access to personal information. The plaintiffs objected to an agency rule that would allow the program to share details such as immigration status and social security numbers, as well as other personal facts, with other government agencies or even private groups. New York Attorney General Letitia James, in a statement, accused the administration of weaponizing people's personal information. Earlier this year, a judge said the Trump administration could not withhold the agency's funding from Democratic-controlled states. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Democrats lost another legal battle related to immigration enforcement. A judge has ruled New York cannot stop federal ICE agents from wearing face masks as the anger grows in New Jersey over conditions at a detention facility.
Federal immigration officials say 41-year-old Edwin Lopez Cornejo died in a Newark hospital after becoming unresponsive at the Delaney Hall detention facility. ICE says staff and medical personnel responded immediately and called 911, adding the official cause of death is still under investigation. Lopez Cornejo had previously been deported in 2006 and was arrested again in June after allegedly re-entering the country illegally. His death is renewing criticism of the detention center, with New Jersey leaders once again calling for Delaney Hall to be shut down. Ted Lindner, Fox News.
On Wall Street, as oil prices drop again, big gains are brewing. Dow futures up more than 500 points. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's all-American truck headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Tuesday. It is August 4th, 2026, and this is the Valley's Morning News, News Talk 710 KURV. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz, Jason Catarina from AccuWeather. Yeah, weather hasn't changed much. We got 103 today, tomorrow, the next day. So, yeah, we're stuck in a 100-degree plus weather pattern. Got a heat alert for the area, so you guys stay hydrated. In the news, the U.S. Department of Energy confirming that Secretary Chris Wright will be in the Rio Grande Valley today. Will be visiting the RGV Port of Brownsville. Secretary Wright will meet with local leaders to talk about U.S. energy dominance. His visit comes just a few days after the Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, paid a visit to McAllen and talked about industrial development and an industrial park in this area. Brownsville recently announced that it's going to host the nation's first refinery project in 50 years. And again, that will be the site for U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright's visit later in the day. Governor Greg Abbott is trying to slow down the process of the state bringing more data centers. He wants more regulations put in place before more data centers are approved in Texas.
Governor Abbott directed the Public Utility Commission and ERCOT to conduct audits on all 2,000 data center applications currently in the system. It's an effort to make sure that they're all fully up on the latest requirements called for by Governor Abbott.
Any AI data center even thinking about coming here, they got to bring their own money, bring their own power, reuse their own water, and do it in a way that reduces the cost of electricity for residents across our state.
This comes after ERCOT spent months developing a new system of quickly approving large groups of data center applications called Batch Zero. Abbott's people are now telling me this new order puts Batch Zero on hold.
In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
It's 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. Plans to string ultra-high voltage power lines continue to run into problems.
One of the lines would run from West Texas to San Antonio. At a hearing, it was blasted by lawmakers who feared the cartels will use the corridor as a smuggling route.
They're going to see it as highways. They're going to see it as a map, as GPS guide. It's going to happen.
Sabinal Mayor Eric Gomez says the work will decrease the value of multi-generational ranching operations. A spokesperson for CPS Energy said at that meeting that the land will not be clear-cut and the towers will not have lights on top, so they cannot be used for guidance. Michael Board, News Talk 710 KURV.
And this fascinating note that is involving Texas A&M. Check this out, you Aggies. So the state of Texas will be building a robotic blacksmith that will teach itself which metal to make next. National Science Foundation has awarded Texas A&M. Thank you. Louder, Freddie. Come on.
Whoop.
All right. Still need some oomph. Okay, so the Texas National, that's a little better. The National Science Foundation has awarded Texas A&M $25 million to build the nation's first self-driving metals lab for developing new alloys and develop them faster. So this new lab at A&M will use robotic arms, use artificial intelligence to melt, shape, heat, treat, test new alloys around the clock, 24/7. A&M research say it could cut years off research for new metals that can be battle ready. It's 7:09 on News Talk 710 KURV. It is AccuWeather time. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Catarina joining us. But first, we want to say thank you to Dougie. Dougie's out there somewhere. Good morning, Dougie. Grow them right with Purina certified feed that you can find, balanced mineral nutrition you can find at Martin Farm and Ranch in Edinburgh, Monte Cristo. Meteorologist Jason Catarina joining us again with triple-digit plus heat for us, for the rest of the state of Texas as well. Travel weather today.
Yeah, it's looking here. Let's see. Whoops, I'm typing wrong. My DOS program died.
you probably. Mommy, what is DOS?
99. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
99 for Houston. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I feel like I'm in Stranger Things or something. 100 for Dallas today, back in the 80s. You know what I mean? Like typing on my TI, whatever it was back then. Making little pixels here and there.
Yeah. TI is still around, by the way. They're still developing very advanced.
I just mean the OG stuff.
Yeah.
But 99 for San Antonio, too.
Yeah. Take out the floppy disk, blow on it, and put it back in. See if that works.
Oh, that's the Nintendo cartridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah, put it back in. We were IT technicians, engineers, kids when we were children. Yeah, we were the ones who solved our electronic problems. All right, so triple digit plus for us for Texas for a while. Tropical coverage 2026. Anything on the computers for the next 7 months.
Nada for us.
All right. Yeah, let's see. Well, that's it for the forecast, man. We're done for that. Let me go back to the national list. Doing this one a bit early. Hang on, Fred. Let me get this one. I should have written this down earlier.
That Metal Forge AI thing is wild.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
Terrifying at the same time. Yeah, really.
Yeah, just leave it. Yeah, see, you're releasing the development of new metals to artificial intelligence, which with its own arm and I guess foundry will be developing the new metals.
Right.
So
how
that's
the Terminator started.
I was about to say that's how you develop the new metals that will be heat resistant and bullet resistant and bomb resistant. Well, yeah, we're just handing everything our own destruction. We're handing it over to the machines. Get a glass of milk. It's National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day.
Ooh,
there we go.
I make some mean chocolate chip cookies.
By the way, good morning to which hotel is it, Freddie? Oh, it's DoubleTree. DoubleTree. Thank you, Freddie. Good morning to all the gang at DoubleTree. They make, and it's not only chocolate. It's like chocolate and all sorts of good stuff, all sorts of goodness. They got like the best, one of the best chocolate cookies in the business. And they give it to you for free when you check in. And, of course, I show up every now and then and buy like half dozen of them. Take them home. It's National White Wine Day. And let's see. Oh, happy birthday to the U.S. Coast Guard.
Oh, right.
Oh, man, I should have looked for the song. You know, everybody, all the military branches have it. We can't play it anymore. So, or if we do, we'll probably get knocked off the air on Facebook or Twitter. You know, everything's licensed these days. All right, pal. Well, we'll check with you next hour. Back to you, weather meteorologist Jason Caterina. Yeah, no change in weather. It's 103 today, 103 tomorrow. Heat alert. Check on vulnerable family or friends. Freddie, did you call Davis? Got to check on the elderly. Yeah. Maybe he's still sitting in his house. You know, the AC's not working. When's Fred going to call and check up on me? Come and pick me up, right? Check on vulnerable family and friends. Coming up at 7:16, going to share with you the main conversation in the morning as we have the Energy Chief of the nation, Energy Secretary Chris Wright, visiting the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. One of the reasons that Brownsville is the valley, Brownsville is on the map, is, yes, the continuing development of the construction of all these liquefied natural gas export nodes. We're up to 5 or 6 or something like that. And the refinery, the first refinery to be built in our nation, will be built in our nation here in the valley at Brownsville. First one in 50 years. The first refinery in 50 years in our nation will be built at Brownsville. So we got plenty of energy and economic development issues to visit. Chris Wright, the Energy Secretary, visiting Brownsville today. Comments from Gilbert Salinas, the Chief of Economic Development Efforts for Brownsville. Coming up, he'll give us an update on Tech Park and all the jobs that might be created there and the billions of dollars to be invested there as well. Hang on, Freddie. Let me make sure I get just a couple more headlines here before we go pay some bills. The U.S. government is issuing an active security warning for all Americans if you're thinking of traveling to Cuba. Get ready to have no cell phone service and no AC or running fans. The power grid has failed. They brought it back up yesterday for a little bit. It failed again. There is no electricity in Cuba for these poor folks, over 10 million folks that live in Cuba. So there's a travel advisory you may want to avoid that unless, of course, you like searing heat and sweating all day and have no creature comforts that are plugged in. Amazon continues to rise after its market value topped $3 trillion in trading.
Shares hit a record high on Monday, rising about 4% after the company reported its second quarter earnings, fueled by major growth in its cloud computing business and increasing demand for artificial intelligence services. Amazon Web Services brought in more than $42 billion in revenue, beating Wall Street expectations and highlighting the continued AI boom across the tech industry. Amazon reportedly plans to increase its spending on AI infrastructure, projecting capital investments could reach $220 billion this year as the company works to keep up with demand. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
many months back. I think it was the labor chief that visited South Texas. Of course, the president himself paid a visit to Deep South Texas. And Howard Lutnick, the commerce chief, first sitting commerce chief, visited McAllen, talked about their industrial park that's developing here. And today we got Chris Wright, the energy secretary, the sitting energy secretary, visiting the valley. A coinkydink? Coincidence? Likely not, since we are now on the map. We, Brownsville, we, the Rio Grande Valley, are on the map, and people in Washington talking about the RGV. We'll visit this next with the Chief of Economic Development, Gilbert Salinas from Brownsville, next on the Valley's Morning News.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Look at the rack on that one. You know that buck's been eating Purina Antler Max 20 because it ensures maximum antler growth. Martin Farm and Ranch Supply also stocks a full line of deer nutrition for keeping your deer in top shape. In addition to being a certified Purina feed dealer, Martin sells all seasons feeders and blinds. So remember, Purina Antler Max 20 and all seasons feeders. Your deer can't do any better.
Come see us at Martin Farm and Ranch Supply in Edinburgh. Just look for the horse.
Day 28 without AC, 70 days until fall. There's no help in sight. I fear the water in the toilet bowl has evaporated.
Dad, just call Mighty Mike's.
No AC? Don't sweat it. Mighty Mike's Plumbing, Electric, and HVAC is your solution. Their comfort specialists will ensure you're sitting cool in the summer months. Visit callmightymike.com or dial 956-686-1353.
Get it right. Call Mighty Mike. Just one call to solve it all.
This is Michael Berry, host of The Michael Berry Show, weeknights starting at 6. Thank you, Rio Grande Valley, for listening to News Talk 710 KURV.
News Talk 710 KURV is your one and only radio station in the Valley for Astros play-by-play. So we got the Astros hosting George Springer and the Blue Jays tonight, 640 broadcast made possible by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. A question which I think is appropriate, bouncing around between my friend Gilbert Salinas. He's the Director of Economic Development Efforts for our city of Brownsville, and yours truly. Is it a coincidence that we have another top chief sitting at Donald Trump's table, the president administration? We got the energy chief visiting South Texas. Of course, you all have been keeping up with the headlines. We got the first refinery in America, and it will be built at our Rio Grande Valley port of Brownsville. So we got Chris Wright. His visit is the energy chief, energy secretary. And a few days back, over here in McAllen, we had the commerce secretary. First visit by sitting commerce secretary visiting the Valley. Howard Lutnick was over here talking with McAllen amigos about their acres and acres and acres of an industrial park that they're working on. Gilbert Salinas. Yeah, Gilbert Salinas, welcome back. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Let's not forget that, the president was here about a year ago.
Yeah.
At SpaceX, and then the HEGS, the Department of War chief, was here as well.
Yeah, well, we know the recent headlines. We got that shipyard. And we have Governor Greg Abbott. I was mentioning to Gilbert, Governor Greg Abbott's out there hobnobbing with Air Force people and Space Force people. You get the feeling that after this shipyard announcement, the refinery announcement, and everything that's taking place at our port at Brownsville, that we're about to see a tsunami of more big announcements. We have so much potential, so much land, so much investment coming here. I don't think it's a coincidence that top chiefs are looking at that area. We are finally here. We're on the map. 20 years ago, we were begging for something like this. And now, careful what you ask for. Now it's really headed this way. I want to get your thoughts on Chris Wright, the energy chief here with a refinery, and anything that you hear that you know about energy.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for having us on your show again, Sergio. And coming back to your comment about 20 years ago, 20 years ago, we just dreamed about this. We've been waiting our whole lives, if you're like an economic development nerd, right? But here we are today. With the head of Department of Energy, it's from what I can gather, coming in, quick visit, meet with executive leadership from the Lower Valley, from the Brownsville area, and we'll be hearing from him. I think he'll be there. He'll make himself available for media as well. And not too sure what the visit is about, but when they come in, there's usually a message that's being delivered, and vice versa. They usually want to hear from us as well. It's like boots on the ground, tell me what's going on. And especially as of late, one of the things that they do, no different than some of the other people that have come in, is how can they help? So we've seen that. I can relate that to one of the heads of the Department of Labor, was here about 4 or 5 months ago and brought in all the different EDCs and workforce entities from throughout the valley. And same thing, came in and delivered a pretty powerful message, and in turn wanted to hear from us as well, and ended with, here's some ways we can help, and definitely use us to get you there. So there is, again, like you said, I don't think it's a coincidence. You've had the president here, Department of War, Commerce, Labor, now Energy. OMB was down here as well not too long ago. And it's for a reason. It's all attention, all eyes are on the RGV, on 956, if I can use that term. And that's because of everything that's happened in the immediate Brownsville area. This continues to be one of the areas that still has land, as well as workforce available for what a lot of these projects are looking to do. And obviously, because we are in Texas, we have a strong pro-business atmosphere here that's conducive for a lot of these enterprises that are looking to come in.
Behind the scenes, Gilbert, by the way, Gilbert Salinas, he's the chief of economic development for our city of Brownsville. Behind the scenes, with our neighbor Elon Musk and the payload delivery business that he has, it seems that it will only be a natural fit with Space Force, some type of facility for Space Force to just throw stuff into space, at the very least, something like that. Now that we have the largest shipyard for the Navy with these kamikaze boats that are on the way, behind the scenes, you working close with the governor's office and other folks that are moving and shaking, is there a push to acquire more defense-related business in South Texas?
Okay. So I always paraphrase with the same thing that I do when you interview me, which is, I feel like you're looking at my cheat sheet, my notes. Not too sure about that. It just seems like we're destined for something along those lines. Mm-hmm. Within our office, we do have a space and energy and defense person. That's Joanna Rangel, who has been working on. Her assignment is very similar to mine from 15 years ago. We started working this small little project by the name of Space Exploration Technologies. We knew nothing about space back then, but knowledge is power, and that proved to be a winning formula for us back then. It's like, myself and a couple other people in the office became the experts in space. So that's what we're doing today. We're becoming the experts in defense, because there's stuff percolating. And again, just the people that I mentioned that are coming into the area, when it comes to space defense as well as energy, there's something we're trying to put our arms around it as quick as possible. So to answer your question, I cannot confirm or deny. However, I've said this before, the stars are lining up for us nicely.
That's wonderful. Yeah. And again, to have the attention of the administration, the commerce chief, the energy chief, the labor chief, the president himself a year ago, we're definitely here. The RGV is on the map. The tech park that you're developing for Brownsville, give me an update on that. I know you're working on some projects. Maybe give us a ballpark figure on potential investment and job creation for that.
So we're hoping that we can close on those properties, on that park here pretty soon, and have a ribbon cutting, grand opening / project announcement here in the next couple of months. We're just waiting to legally be able to put properties under contract. Again, this is a 700 plus acre development. Phase 1 is about 100 acres. And for phase 1, we already have we're sitting on 4 announcements on 4 companies that are looking. 3 of those will be coming into the actual park. And those are all suppliers in the aerospace, as well as defense. Combined, we're looking about upward about $700 million in capital investment with those companies. 12 to 1,300 jobs, primary jobs. And again, these are the companies that the tier one suppliers that are following the OEMs, original equipment manufacturers, which includes SpaceX, LNG, and now Saronic. So that's the beauty about the tech park, is that is, no pun intended, but it's a landing pad for all these suppliers that are coming into the area.
Yeah. I get the feeling you're probably going to have to acquire more acreage. And that might you might be filling up that pretty quick, considering all the massive amount of industry that's headed this way.
Yeah, don't say that too loudly. We don't want prices to go that much up, you know.
There we go. Gilbert Salinas, he's the Director of Economic Development Efforts for our city of Brownsville. Brownsville leading the way in the growth of the economy. Massive projects headed to our port, the Brownsville area. Not to be left too far behind, we got good things happening in high tech over here in McAllen as well. I get the feeling we might need to be locking arms here pretty soon to develop some sort of curriculum to create a pipeline of employees for all this. Get McAllen, Brownsville to work together, Mission, Edinburgh, everybody to work together to create that. Let's look at Brownsville again real quick on the employment numbers that you have. LNG, Elon, how many people do they have on payroll right now and might have on payroll here in the near future?
They're upward about 5,000 employees and looking to add, their goal is to get to 8,000 employees here within the next year.
Elon, you said, or is that the LNG?
That is a SpaceX.
That's SpaceX.
Then the LNG is getting ready to peak at around, there's 6,000 plus. Eventually there will be about 7,000 plus. Granted, those are all construction jobs right now. Permanent jobs will eventually be at 2,700, 2,800. However, these construction jobs are easily going to go through 20, 30 something. And remember, there's another LNG plant in the wings that'll start construction here in less than a year. And then let's not forget, Saronic is not sure whether they've started hiring or not, but after their announcement, we've been getting a lot of calls. And it's no secret, it's 10,000 jobs, and they'll be growing at 1,000 jobs per year. And coming back to what we're doing as far as our organization, we have created a workforce and talent recruitment division within our organization that'll be staffed by 2 or 3 people. And that's being specifically done because of the influx of people that are coming in, making sure that our local people have those opportunities, take advantage of those. And we're there to become the concierge service basically for these major companies that are coming in and requiring that talent. And of course, our job is to make sure that they hire as many local people as possible. You mentioned locking arms with McAllen. That's exactly what we're in the process of doing. Everybody from Brownsville to McAllen to help with this huge opportunity that we've never had, at least not in my lifetime.
Yeah, and that's nothing new. I recall in a previous conversation several months back, you were telling me it was a cold weekend morning. And yes, you had all the family in the valley. McAllen, Mission, Edinburgh, everybody sitting down, all the chiefs, everybody, we got something, and we need everybody to row in the same direction. We need workforce, we need training, we need the school districts to wake up, the college, all that. That was several months back. So,
and that was the first thing that we said when they came in is, number one, I'll say it in Spanish, sounds better in Spanish, se me portan bien todos.
Everybody behave. Everybody behave.
Everybody to behave. We have visitors, everybody be in your best behavior. I think y'all can relate to that. And guess what? We did it. That's one of the things that definitely helped take that project from middle of the pack to being the contender. And like they say, the rest is history.
When do we see dirt fly for the shipyard, when they start moving dirt on that one? Do you know?
Not too sure, but from what I can gather, I think it's before the end of the year.
Okay.
And they're planning to be in operation, at least a component of that in operation by 2028, which is not that far off.
Yeah. I'll be here before you know it.
You know,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you if there's anything else we need to mention before I let you go.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one more thing, that we were actually in New York City about 3-4 weeks ago. It was actually right before the Saronic announcement, and we're meeting with C-level executives, including the CEO of a Fortune 500 company that's looking at the area. Very preliminary, but it's interesting because what this CEO said is, and remember, they all talk to each other. What he said was, it's just very exciting to now be working in what could potentially become next industrial / tech boom region of the next 100 years.
Wow.
And when he said that, I was like, okay, repeat that again?
You're going, what? You're looking like, what? I'm sorry, me? You're talking about us?
That's exactly the feeling, right? It took, one of these titans of industry to basically said, yeah, it's when we make an investment, we don't make an investment for 2, 3 years, 5 years down the road. We make them for the next 50 to 100 years. And guess what? You guys are it. So if that doesn't give you goosebumps, I don't know what does.
Yeah. The new financial frontier, and it's ready to, folks for investment, folks to bring in their industry. Mm-hmm. And it's wonderful to see that we have the assets, as far as the university and technical school and college assets on the ground to absorb this and to quickly grow as well. UT RGV and of course Texas A&M on the ground. U of H already put like a little foot over here with Alonso at the DHR campus with a research hospital. They could expand their presence real quick down here.
Bring them all in.
Let's go. Gilbert, thank you. And thanks for the update. And we look forward to the next conversation. Gilbert Salinas, he's the Director of Economic Development for Brownsville. Be well. This is the Valley's Morning News. Also broadcasting online if you need to rewind this conversation. YouTube, Facebook, and X Live in the 7 o'clock hour. That's what producer Freddie will put us. We're also at Radio Para Mi, the free app. You can listen on your smartphone. This radio station, 710 KURV, is your station in the Valley for Astros baseball. We got the Astros tonight's 6:40 broadcast. They're hosting the Blue Jays. Sports next on 710 KURV. Another reminder, if you own buildings, you have commercial sites and commercial strips and warehousing, things like that. The top commercial roofing team is Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. They would like to give you a professional report on the condition of your commercial roofing system and do that for free. This is how they network. This is how they would like to meet you. And I'm honored that Chamberlain allows me a chance to spur you and give them a call. Visit their website, chamberlainltd.com. It's in the name. It's waterproofing, precisely what you need. And God forbid we get another golly washer and you've gone years and years and years without checking the condition of your commercial roofing system, and there's some weak spots up there, and God forbid you find out at the wrong time when you have to shut down your operations, or even worse, that of your tenants. They're not going to be very happy with you if you don't do the proper maintenance. So you, as a, God forbid you find out at the wrong, as a property owner, I don't know what that echo was for you. I have no idea. Okay. As a property owner, ask Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing to see if everything's okay with your commercial roofing system. Why don't you give them a call at 956-655-6178.
At an intersection, or making a left turn, in your blind spot, right next to you. Motorcycles don't just come out of nowhere, and there is usually one somewhere. How do you see something that's not always easy to see? You look twice. At an intersection, making a left turn, in your blind spot, right next to you. Look twice for motorcycles. There's a life riding on it. A message from TxDOT.
Later tonight, your Houston Astros host the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch at 7:10, powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Texas Rangers lost the opening game of their home series against the San Francisco Giants last night. Final score, 5-1. The Giants scored their first 2 runs in the second inning off an RBI single and sacrifice fly. Giants right fielder Jung-Hoo Lee hit 2 solo home runs in the 3rd and 8th innings, and Texas went down without much fight. With the loss, the Rangers have lost a season-high 6 straight games, and they haven't held a lead in 40 innings. They'll try to right the ship in their second game against the Giants tonight. The Houston Astros were also on the losing end of their game last night, falling to the Toronto Blue Jays. Final score, 3-1. Despite a 10-hit game from Houston, the Astros couldn't take advantage with runners on base leaving 13 stranded while going 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. The Astros bolstered their lineup with a move at the MLB trade deadline yesterday, swapping starting pitcher Spencer Arrighetti for Toronto Blue Jays outfielder Dalton Varsho. He picked up a hit in his debut for the team last night. The Astros return to action for the second game of their series against the Blue Jays tonight. With your Texas in the Morning Sports Report, I'm Adam C.
AccuWeather says highs today should be up to 103 and 103 tomorrow and the next day. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I think the AccuWeather printing machine is broken, Freddie. You might want to kick it. It keeps spitting out the same forecast every day. That's a heat alert for South Texas presented by Lee's Pharmacy. Oh, yeah. Now, that could be one of two sounds. It could be sizzling bacon or the sound of rain. I would prefer the sound of rain, Freddie. Like we got Sunday night. Yeah, thank you, Lee's Pharmacy. And it's appropriate that Freddie plays at Lee's Pharmacy, a little sizzling bacon, because the north location for Lee's Pharmacy, they got the little diner, the little soda fountain place, breakfast tacos and breakfast and scrambled eggs with bacon, all that stuff. Border Bridge wait times. It's busy at the Hidalgo Bridge headed back to McAllen Edinburgh Mission. 1 hour at the Hidalgo Bridge. Brownsville, good morning. 35 minutes at Veterans and B&M. Thank you for tuning in to News Talk 710 KURV. Appreciate you being on the radio, 710 AM radio. Thank you. Now go find us on your smartphone. It's Radio Para Mí, the free app for 7 o'clock hour morning news. You can YouTube, X, and Facebook. Rewind. If you heard an interesting headline, you can replay that. Business news check of your money next on 710 KURV. Top real estate team in this entire region, and I know them personally. I've had dealings and business dealings with these friends. I've known them a long time. For me, it's a super honor, it's a high honor to represent the Ryan and Brian real estate team. So confident that they can get the job done for you and sell your home. They got a guarantee for that. That guarantee gave Mark and Anna a lot of assurance when they needed to sell their home here in the McAllen area. They needed to move to Cameron County. Gee, I wonder. I keep seeing that, right, Freddie? They're moving to Willacy County. They're moving to Cameron County. They're moving to Brownsville. I wonder why. Thousands of jobs at the port. So these two, Mark and Anna, needed to move to Cameron County, sell their home in McAllen. And like all home sellers, and you don't want to be stuck putting a sign on the house and just waiting forever. The Ryan and Brian real estate team, they guarantee they will get the job done fast. They will get the job done based on what you guys agree. That's a guarantee. You guys agree on a date and a time, and they'll get it sold. Lauren is part of the team at the Ryan and Brian team. Talk to these two about how the team can guarantee to get the house sold. And unlike the neighbor's home that hadn't been selling for the longest time, had a sign in front of it, the Ryan and Brian team got it done. Multiple offers right after Mark and Anna's home was listed, and it was under contract in 5 days. That's amazing. Call the Ryan and Brian team. This could be you. 956-540-2536. The website, ryanandbrian.com. That's ryanandbrian.com.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Brian. Go to ryanandbrian.com.
Here you go, Dad. At LSNB, we build strong foundations on values that matter.
And business practices you can rely on.
Investing in education.
Volunteering in the communities we serve.
And fueling our region's economy.
For over 40 years.
Our mission has been supporting area businesses.
We are LSNB.
Donating more money to more causes than all other area banks combined.
Here, in a place we call home. We are LSNB.
The Valley's Bank.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Oil prices have dropped this morning by at least 3% after Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said on CNBC that a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz with freedom of movement for commercial ships could be reached today or tomorrow. West Texas Intermediate down to $77 a barrel, Brent at 81. Palantir shares have soared 16% this morning after the company's second quarter earnings saw commercial revenue skyrocket 149% from a year ago. Palantir said the surge was driven by customer demand for AI sovereign tools. Pfizer reported second quarter results that topped estimates and hiked the low end of its revenue outlook, citing an added $1.5 billion in sales from its non-COVID products. The company is now expecting full-year revenue to be between $60.5 and $62.5 billion. Futures are higher this morning, with Palantir pulling up chip stocks. Dow futures up by more than 500 points. NASDAQ futures up by more than 300 points. That's Your Money Now.
Billions of dollars in investment pouring into the El Paso area. The parent company of Facebook is now building what they describe as an AI factory in El Paso. Meta, of course, Facebook, and saying that there's a partnership with nonprofits to, quote, support water restoration projects and help with the water supply in El Paso. AccuWeather says highs today 103, highs tomorrow 103. Yeah, that's a heat alert for South Texas. Stay hydrated. We have the latest from Fox News coming up in about 2 minutes on News Talk 710 KURV. Happy Tuesday.
They said copies for a penny couldn't be done. We said, watch us. Total Imaging Solutions. We're flipping the script on printing. Whether you're a small business or a big operation, it doesn't matter. If you need a printer or copier, Total Imaging Solutions has the right printer for you. You get the printer for a simple monthly fee and copies, just a penny or less a page. No ink or toner charges. No surprise service fees, just clear, honest pricing. And if your old printer's slowing you down, we'll trade it out and level you up. Whether you print just a couple of copies a day or need the next New York Times press, we can help. Plus, if anything ever breaks, our team will have you up and running in under 4 hours. Easy printing, fast service, real savings. That's the penny or less revolution. Call 956-664-2113 or visit copiesforapenny.com. That's copiesforapenny.com. Total Imaging Solutions, helping your business one penny at a time.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drt'sprimarycare.com.
Welcome home. Welcome to Edinburgh, a city where quality of life meets opportunity. Experience vibrant festivals, sports, and community events, and share in the pride as UTRGV Division I football brings fans and spirit to the valley. Here, you enjoy the perfect balance. Big city amenities combined with small town warmth, with excellent schools, a safe community, and plenty of ways to explore and unwind. Edinburgh is a city to call home. Pursue your passions and truly thrive. Discover the quality of life that makes Edinburgh special at EdinburghEDC.com.
Information on your town and your community.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
The pulse of the 956. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Valley's Morning News for a Tuesday. I'm Sergio Sanchez along with show producer Fred Cruz, Jason Caterina from AccuWeather, keeping things pretty much the same. It should be up to 103 today, 103 tomorrow. Got a heat alert for the area. And it's already warm. It's hot. It's like low to mid 80s across South Texas. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. It's primary day in Michigan.
Abdul El Sayed is the progressive who has the backing of the Democratic Socialists of America. He wants to abolish ICE, cut off U.S. aid to Israel, and has made Medicare for All one of his signature issues.
Fox's Garrett Tenney in Detroit. El Sayed faces Congresswoman Helly Stevens, who says she has a better chance to defeat Republican Mike Rogers for the Senate seat in November. 2 dead in Michigan from the cyclosporitis outbreak.
Officials say both people had underlying health conditions that may have been impacted by the parasite.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. Iran targets shipping again in the Strait of Hormuz.
One person was reported missing after an unknown projectile hit a Liberia-flagged ship in the strait.
That's Fox's Aisha Hosni at the White House. America's listening to Fox News.
U.S. Department of Energy chief confirming he will be in the Valley today. Will be visiting the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. Secretary Chris Wright will be meeting with local leaders, talking about U.S. dominance in the energy market and the U.S. continuing to move in that direction with the development of more liquefied natural gas export nodes at Brownsville. And, of course, the first refinery to be built in the U.S. in 50 years. Yes, it will be built at Brownsville. Former State Senator Don Huffines has been sworn in as the state's new comptroller.
Call this his 90-day trial period. Governor Abbott appointed Huffines late last month, and in November, voters will decide if he gets the job after that. Huffines says he works for the people and not for the government.
As my first official act as comptroller, I will formally decline any salary or benefits associated with this office. Because you see, I did not come here for a paycheck. I'm here because of my love for Texas.
Huffines will face Democrat Sarah Eckhart in November, says he intends to focus on local government spending transparency as they collect tax revenues.
It's 14 minutes to the hour. This is the Valley's Morning News on 710 KURV. We're about a week away from many kids going back to school, and that, of course, means lots of shopping.
It is one of those annual rituals that families go through, getting not only school supplies, but back-to-school clothing as well. This year, the National Retail Federation says although prices are up, people are spending more, averaging nearly $900 per household. Financial expert Bill Denty says you need a plan.
With a potential infinite needs and finite number of dollars, to be able to get what we need and not just what we not want, separate the needs from the wants, is very important for a lot of families.
One plan could be to wait until next weekend. It's a tax-free weekend coming up on back-to-school shopping.
13 to the hour on the Valley's Morning News. And for folks who are renting in Texas, advantage for some, renting across the state of Texas, folks who are renting are gaining leverage as apartment rents tumble following a historic construction boom. Zumper's report showing that a one-bedroom apartment asking rent has fallen, 16% in Central Texas, in the Austin area. 14% in Southeast Texas, Metro Houston rent is down by that much. The real estate platform showing that Dallas dropped about 10%, San Antonio about 9%. Hammers have been flying across the state to develop new apartments, and it's finally showing up in the price of apartments. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. We invite you to join us at Radio Para Mi. That's the free app. You can rewind any of the news that you heard. You can also join us at Facebook, X, and YouTube, especially 7 o'clock hour. You can rewind there as well. This is your station for Astros baseball. News Talk 710 KURV. We got the Astros tonight, 6:40 play-by-play from Houston against the Blue Jays, presented by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. Folks at Culligan, they provide state-of-the-art water purification systems for, as I like to say, the restaurants who care about their clientele. When folks sit down for a meal, a snack, and they ask for a tall glass of cold water, ice water, you can tell immediately which restaurants care enough about their folks, the folks who visit and provide them business, to invest in a water purification system that is affordable. Man, Culligan provides state-of-the-art water purification systems for at home starting at $35. And to gain the respect and loyalty of clientele that appreciate the fact that their glass of water tastes terrific. It's purified water. It was wonderful, and they keep asking for more and more. Yeah, that would be my wife. We're loyal to restaurants that provide us purified water. Call Culligan if you're a restaurant owner and get a state-of-the-art water purification system for, it could be the soda, the water for the sodas, the tea, whatever it is that you're making, or just a tall glass of water that tastes great. Get it for your house. The home system that Diddy and I have is only $35 a month. Peace of mind that it's healthy water, always healthy water, no microplastics to worry about. And yes, we're never forced to leave the house to go buy bottled water. Just call Culligan, get your own water purification system today. Wonderful tasting water at 956-399-1780.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
It's the premier regional event connecting homeowners with trusted businesses, the Texas Home Show, August 7th, 8th, and 9th at Burt Ogden Arena. KURV will be there to kick things off August 7th, 9 to 11 a.m. So join us, Burt Ogden Arena, for the Texas Home Show starting August 7th.
Be part of the KURV family. Like us on Facebook at 710 KURV.